The story of the Gainesville Ripper is one of fear, brutality, and a chilling crime spree that left a college town terrified. In the summer of 1990, Danny Rolling, known as the Gainesville Ripper, brutally murdered 5 students in Florida, leaving a gruesome legacy that still haunts the community. Stay with us as we delve into the horrifying case of the Gainesville Ripper and the twisted mind behind these shocking crimes. Danny Rolling's life was marked by violence and instability from an early age. Born in Louisiana in 1954, Rolling grew up in an abusive household where his father, a police officer, regularly beat him and his family. This upbringing left Rolling deeply scarred, and he turned to crime as a way to cope. By his early 20s, he had already been arrested multiple times for armed robbery and other violent offenses. But nothing hinted at the level of brutality Rolling would eventually unleash in Gainesville. In August 1990, Rolling arrived in Gainesville, Florida, intent on causing chaos. He set up a campsite in the woods near the University of Florida, stalking his unsuspecting victims. On August 24th, Rolling broke into the apartment of freshmen Sonia Larson and Christina Powell. While they slept, Rolling attacked, brutally stabbing them both to death. He then posed their bodies in grotesque positions, a disturbing signature of his crimes that revealed his deep need for control and power. The following night, Rolling struck again, breaking into the apartment of 18-year-old Krista Hoyt. He overpowered her, brutally assaulted her, and then killed her in a similarly violent manner. In a chilling and gruesome twist, Rolling took his sadism a step further, leaving Krista's body mutilated in a way that horrified even the most seasoned investigators. The discovery of her body the next day sent waves of fear throughout Gainesville. Rolling's final attack occurred just 2 days later when he broke into the apartment of Tracy Pauls and Manny Tabuada, 2 friends who were staying together for safety as fear gripped the city. Rolling killed Manny first, catching him off guard in his sleep. He then turned his attention to Tracy, who fought desperately for her life but was ultimately overpowered. As with his previous victims, Rolling's violent rage was on full display, and he left the scene with the same sickening display of brutality. For days, Gainesville was paralyzed by fear. Students fled the city, and those who stayed took extreme measures for safety, installing extra locks, sleeping in groups, and arming themselves. Police were under immense pressure to catch the killer, but Rolling had left little evidence at the scenes besides his horrifying calling cards. The breakthrough in the case came when Rolling was arrested for a series of robberies unrelated to the murders. While in jail, investigators connected him to the Gainesville killings through DNA evidence and details that Rolling himself had revealed in disturbing confessions to his cellmates. It was soon discovered that Rolling had been on the run after committing a triple murder in his home state of Louisiana before arriving in Gainesville. During his trial, Rolling pleaded guilty to all 5 murders, showing no remorse for his actions. In a disturbing twist, he claimed he was driven by an alternate personality named Gemini, a manifestation of his lifelong anger and hatred. Rolling was sentenced to death, and in 2006 he was executed by lethal injection, leaving behind a legacy of terror that still echoes in Gainesville.